Good afternoon, everyone. What was predicted for that record precipitation, massive flooding across Greece and Italy, major flash floods, Athens, accompanied by what looks like EF-3 tornadoes that are waterspouts. Snow is back in Romania, Slovakia, record cold, Austrian Alps, snow, Noctiluscent clouds forming tornado patterns in our atmosphere. And what is so interesting is this Typhoon is going to go right over North Korea and alleviate the drought that they've had for the last couple of years. That is such interesting timing on the first major typhoon. It's almost as if they're steering the weather. Have you thought about trying to grow any of your own food lately? You see the signs all around us. Your food's going to get more expensive. The Adapt 2030 link for TrueLeafMarket.com is below in the description box, as well as all the links to tonight's images and stories. And right along with the record snowfall that covered part of the Italian Alps all the way over to Poland, as well as Mount Etna, back on the 24th and 25th, just 4 days ago, record floods were on tap for Greece and Italy. Here's what we're seeing coming out of Greece right now. This is in Athens. 6-foot deep water running down the streets. Flash flooding all the way down to Nikiti. Also in Mandra, how deep is the water coming down here? These are all-time record floods. This would be considered an atmospheric compression event. And at the same time, they're also waiting for the weather pattern to clear so they can see how much new snow has been deposited across the Alps. And if it's any indication about how much hail and snow is falling, here we go in Serbia. You can see the two vehicles there to get a gauge on how deep it is. I know some of it's meltwater mixed with that, but that's an enormous amount of hail coming down in the city. Also accompanying this front, look at these waterspouts coming down. Different variants with lightning, etc. I'm going to zoom in on this here. That's a helicopter going out. But that really looks like an EF-3 tornado. It doesn't even look like a waterspout. Really, if the waterspouts are getting this ferocious and this intense, I don't know what they're going to be like in 2023 and 2024. It's going to be off the charts. It'll be EF-5 waterspouts. They'll actually be a true danger and a hazard to beachgoers as well as ship traffic. Looking at Croatia here with incredible lightning strikes. And keeping in Europe here, I got the map for you. Romania is the next place we're going to discuss. Red, right over on the Black Sea. Snow, Balea Lake, summertime. It's coming down several inches, 3-4 inches thick. Now you might take a look, and here is where it's at the Fagaras Mountains in central Romania. White out here so you can see exactly what it is. June 24th. Now a lot of these are delayed a couple days when you're searching through social media because as these storms are happening, people just can't even get out to see what it's like. It's socked in literally. So these images would not even be visible if it was really with that intense weather front. As the storms are clearing as well, more images of the same snowfalls, just different places, but it seemed to be a regional event. Now back to the map again. Let's take a look at Slovakia, a little bit up there to the northwest. Remember that record snowfall was in Poland and Slovakia in the Tartas Mountains there just a few days ago. Well, here's about how deep it was after they got some images out of that. Summer snow in the Tartas Mountains, rescues. Remember they had to rescue all those students that were up there camping, got stuck in the snowstorm. Also a fresh sprinkling of snow in the Austrian Alps, and it just keeps on coming because there's 2 or 3 more days of cold and that storm is going to continue. Now also speaking of weather anomalies in the atmosphere, Noctiluscent clouds taking on a very strange pattern. Most people that see this photo that are familiar with Noctiluscent clouds realize that there's something very different about the flows up there. For sure something's changed in our atmosphere. It's got to be related to a weakening magnetosphere and the intensification of the grand solar minimum. There's really no other plausible explanation for this. And on to one of the most unusual stories that's almost too fanciful to be reality, but it is. Typhoon, Pacific Ocean, is going directly up to North Korea to alleviate their, 2.5-year drought now? I did a whole video saying that the reason the nuclear disarmament talks took place was because the massive drought, they weren't going to be able to feed their people. After the talks took place, it is so interesting that this typhoon is almost being steered into the exact perfect sweet spot to refill the dams, re-irrigate the fields, and allow that place to bloom again. Really, really interesting on this. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. As it's been said, signs in the skies, signs in the seas, signs are everywhere. Hope you're getting ready. The very minimum you're going to have to do is start to grow some of your own food.